Mind power can help you lose or gain weight. I have chosen this particular subject because someone noticed that I have lost a lot of weight. I have taken off about 40 pounds in less than 4 months and asked if I had been sick. There are causes for our physical condition that are not known to many doctors and food scientists who ordinarily think of the body as governed only by biochemical laws. The long history of the nature of the body involves more than just physiology, anatomy, nutrition, and medicine. What I tell you is from my own personal experience, and if you remember these things, they will ultimately help you very much. Don't think it is inevitable that someone who has a tendency to become heavy or to remain too thin is not healthy, or that the cause is necessarily or wholly physical. For instance, why is it that some thin people can eat 5 meals a day and still not get fat? In my early youth, I wanted to gain weight, because in India, where so many people are thin from malnutrition, it is considered desirable to be heavy. I used to purposely eat everything that was fattening, but still I couldn't put on weight. Then the grace of my Guru Sri Yukteswarji changed my thought, and from that day on my body took a different turn. I have been heavy ever since. Before Guruji's blessing, my body was so terribly thin that I looked like a beanpole with a coconut on top. If you have a tendency to become fat, don't blame your eating habits alone. The mind has a lot to do with it. You must so train your mind that you will not have any tendency toward being either too fat or too thin. It is good to be flexible so that you can put on weight or take it off at will. Of course, you shouldn't ignore dietary rules unless you have a divinely strong mind. If you want to lose weight or avoid gaining it, there are a few important points to remember. One is, never drink water, milk, or other liquids with your meals. It is best to take fluids a half hour before a meal or 2 hours afterward. When your body weight increases, the cells become very hungry for water. It is strange that sometimes the strongest urges we have are for those very things that hurt us. Drinking plenty of water and fruit juices helps to keep the body free from disease. Just don't drink them with your meals. Take a glass of milk in between meals. It will help to keep your body healthy because milk supplies your body with all the elements that are necessary, but avoid the cream in it. Take skim milk. Another important point is to eat plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables, preferably raw. Cut out sugar and starches and fried foods. It is all right if you eat these once in a while, but it should not be an everyday habit. Remember, too much starch in the diet is very unhealthful, as well as fattening. When you are hungry for sweets or a snack, the best thing to eat is fruit. For extra nourishment, put on it a dressing of finely ground nuts mixed with fruit juice or some other base. Your body needs protein, but too much protein is dangerous to your physical being. Don't make a habit of eating meat protein, because it will create poisons in your system. One more important rule is to avoid fats. However, a little olive oil every day will help keep the joints healthy. In general, follow a moderate diet that contains all the elements the body requires and eat only as much as the body actually needs. That is the way to stabilize the weight by proper eating. If you overeat, the sad fact is that ladies will get fat in back and gentlemen will get fat in front. So eat less and get plenty of exercise to keep the muscles well toned. Never let the abdominal muscles get weak. It is always a good practice to hold the abdominal muscles in. When trying to lose weight, don't be over-anxious. There is danger in using drastic means to get rid of fat in a hurry. Excess weight is hard on the whole system from the feet to the heart. For every pound of flesh, there is a mile of blood vessels that have to be irrigated by the heart. Even so, you would be surprised how the mind can compensate for every condition of the body. Trilanga Swami of India weighed 300 pounds, and yet he was reputed to have lived 300 years. He could do that because he lived by mind power.